dangerous, they'll linger in the dark. Climb from below, temples and tombs will fall down. Explore the realms, what is meant to be, take it all. Obey, hear the voice of God, and abyss come to your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife, what was once your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings, find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
Hey, to have peace, yes, Lord, there must be strife. I already see the end of life. I accepted death, my eyes are open. I read and told them there's a light. Eternal life awaits me, yes. No one can dare deny me. Yeah. I'll gladly give my life for my people. Can my kingdom point the way? There's a small price to pay. To God to pray every day. To the promised land, I understand the higher the highest height and the lower the lowest depths. I'm not afraid of my last breath. Life is nothing but a test. May the gods only know what's next.
Alarms, hear the voice of God, and abyss come to your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife, what was once your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings, find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
My eyes are open, eternal morning. The crown is golden, I have been chosen. My eyes are open, eternal morning. The crown is golden, I have been chosen.
Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings, find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind. Wake up, sundown, creatures and gods around. Beware, prepare, it's dangerous, they'll linger in the dark. Climb from below, temples and tombs will fall down. Explore the realms, what is meant to be, take it all. Obey, hear the voice of God, and abyss come to your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife, what was once your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings, find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
Hey, to have peace, yes, Lord, there must be strife. I already see the end of life. I accepted death, my eyes are open. I read and told them there's a light. Eternal life awaits me, yes. No one can dare deny me. Yeah. I'll gladly give my life for my people. Can my kingdom point the way? There's a small price to pay. To God to pray every day. To the promised land, I understand the higher the highest height and the lower the lowest depths. I'm not afraid of my last breath. Life is nothing but a test. May the gods only know what's next.
right, so introduce your name, what team you're on, the kingdom you're in, and what realm you're from.
Yeah, I'm Fish. I'm player, migration leader, and nerf lover of 1960. I'm playing in 60 GT in Anubis stream. I'm a main player and I'm playing mostly an open field focused role in the team.
Hi, my name is Night King. I'm leading BLN and I'm from 365 Kingdom of Sura.
My name is Bud and my team is 89 VC. We're from the Kingdom 2489 and we are in Bastard round.
Hey guys, what's going on? I go by the name Black Panther. I'm from Kingdom 2268 of Alliance SV68. I'm currently in Realm of Anubis.
Hey, we're Baby Raccoon and Choppy, leading Sobek Real Team, Galax LTD in Kingdom 2949.
My name is Cortex, I'm the leader of SW in Kingdom 2605 in the realm of Bastet.
I'm Khan, I'm the king of K79. Our team is S79, which is a combined of all of like our best players in the realm. It's not just one alliance. Kingdom is 1079, and we are part of the oldest realm of Osiris, and we've been here from the start.
What are your initial thoughts to the new Ark of Osiris changes with Raging Sands modes being introduced?
So originally my thoughts were I wasn't sure like how I was going to like it or not, but I have to say after playing several matches, I really do like it, and I think it adds a lot of tactical plans that you couldn't do when everyone could see the entire map.
I like it. I really like the graphic and I really like the new skills. And then does the fog make it a little bit more challenging? I mean, I like the changing.
Well, I like the changes a lot. I think the fog makes stuff a lot more interesting. Strategies become a lot more unpredictable and surprise victories seem a little bit more likely in the season.
What do you want to say to your opponents?
We're coming. Winter's coming. Yeah, good luck to everybody. Hope everybody enjoys it. And I'm looking forward to meet some of these teams with a new mode.
Yeah, I better lose.
We're still a very young team, but everyone's been doing extremely well, and we have a very good group. You should not underestimate us, and we'll definitely show what we're made of this a while.
Go easy on us. Come on now. We're all friends here. But be ready for the challenges.
I want to say congratulations first off. They obviously had to work incredibly hard to get here. No one's in the top 32 that isn't a good team, even if, you know, some bad luck before. And, you know, I hope we have a good match when we play you.
To my opponents, I guess I'll just say good luck and have fun.
As you made it to playoffs, this is where it gets serious. We will do our best to perform as good as we can, and we hope you guys give us the return. Let's see some very competitive matches, show the other kingdoms what the upcoming ones can do and are capable of. Let's have a good time.
What is going on? Governors Chiskel here, and today we're casting Ark of Osiris League. It is 62 DJ versus WIB. Now, we're outside of the normal realm that we've been casting. In fact, we're jumping around across a bunch of different realms in order to show you really great Ark of Osiris League gameplay and to showcase as many teams as evenly as we can as possible. So I am really hyped that, oh, look at that. It's already time to jump in the match. Let me just get that set up real quick, and in just a moment, we'll be spectating the matchup today. I am really hyped to watch WIB, which is from Kingdom 1846, play in Ark of Osiris League today, in part because I personally am battling against them in Kingdom versus Kingdom. It is always interesting with the timing of KVK and the timing of Ark of Osiris League and when you ultimately lose your troops. So in just a moment, we'll be able to jump into the game to spectate it. And I am hyped for that. Okay, here we go. We're able to see this now. There it is for the realm of Anubis, and we find the game 62 DJ versus WIB. We're going to smash that watch button. Okay, in just a moment, I can take you into the matchup with me and show you it's 3.3 billion power versus the 4.4 that you see for WIB. We're going to switch our way over here in just a moment in game. Okay, perfect. we are ready to jump in game. I'll see you there. Here we go. All right, the Temple of Osiris cooking up. 13 minutes and 30 seconds till the Ark Spawns match begins in just a minute here. And WIB is the overwhelming favorite for this particular matchup. 96.8% of people think that WIB is going to win in red. 3.2% for Team DJ. Now, a part of the reason that people may perhaps be a little bit biased, and let's see if this is true, but Makote, there he is. Makote, the famous football player, is on Team WIB. So it's going to be exciting to see these teams play. If we get a look over at 62DJ, their leader is here, Stress V or Stress 5. We've got Ryu and Shatterstorm as the officers selected. And in 20 seconds, the matchup begins. What do I expect we'll see in this matchup? Personally, I think we're going to see some pretty standard gameplay. And I think we're going to see WIB, given their favoring, both in terms of power and audience favoritism, they're probably going to play a little bit aggressive, swinging through the Shrine of War and attacking the Desert Altar, while maintaining a defensive posture on their own altar and also the Shrine of Life. Now, if you're fighting a superior team, a team that is certainly favored to be superior, you need to hit them with some surprises, okay? And you need to hit them with things that they didn't expect, but score you some big points. Probably a swing of the Ark is what we're looking for DJ to pull. And I don't know if that's the first Ark, which is worth less points, or later Arks, which subsequently are worth more and more points. Now, for those of you watching the stream, you may notice there is a very heavy delay. We've done this in order to conceal all of the possible information you could learn by watching the stream while also playing the matchup. So this is a clean matchup between both players. WIB dropping their vision here, their vision sentry, very close to the entryway for 62DJ is certainly interesting. And if we get a look around the map, there is another sentry down. I didn't see exactly where it went for Team 62DJ. However, we see in red, Laguna is moving all the way downfield here. It looks like he's going for the obelisk. And, oh no, what happened? Okay, Shatterstorm gets into the obelisk instead of targeting next to it, and they're starting to convert that over. Okay, now, it is possible that if Laguna has a full march here, oh boy, this could be the play of the game right here. This could be it. If Laguna is able to touch this, then he will delay the capture of the obelisk, and the thing that we can see that 62 can't see is that Laguna's right here. Look, they went right past each other. They don't have vision of each other. Oh no. Here comes Laguna, and it's too late. It's too late. Is anyone here? Here comes the rally. Laguna with seconds to grab it, and boom. WIB flips the obelisk, delaying the time in which 62DJ can port in by another minute. Look, it may not seem like that big of a deal, but it is. These sorts of things have a big impact on the outcome of the game, setting back the opposing team's ability to port in and defend their structures is a big deal. We'll keep an eye on it, see exactly how much of an impact it has, but that was a very clean play by Laguna at the start of the match, and this is why you go and invest in March speed equipment. Okay, that was exactly the thing that you want to accomplish with your tier 1 fast-moving cavalry at the start of a matchup. Very impressive play there. By the way, I hope you've noticed that the viewing area of the stream has been made larger. Folks were saying they wanted a closer-up view of the action, and we've cleaned up the real estate on the screen to give you a bigger view of the gameplay. So here we are. Again, this is the group stage round 3. And wow, it looked like they were holding hands for a second. Like you could see one side reach out to the other and they were going to embrace as friends. And no, just kidding. Boom, swinging in. WIB with, I think, a numbers disadvantage. So great play here by 62 DJ, getting the right amount of people very quickly to their own altar. Now it's just going to be a question of their punching power. Can they hold this area at the same time? They are pushing into the desert altar that should belong to WIB. It's on their side of the map. So good pressure on their way in here to the desert altar. Love to see it. Also, we can see Huo, the new cavalry commander, mixing it up in the fray here, which is pretty exciting. Don't know which team is going to win each side, but if I had to guess based off of what we saw so far, I would say that we're probably going to see a successful hold for both teams of their own altar. And I think red has got more presence over here and blue has more presence up north. So both teams opting, I think, for a more defensive posture while not missing the opportunity to attempt an attack on the opposing desert altar. 15 seconds until they become capturable, along with the Shrines of War. Now, the Shrine of War is a very important building. 5% attack and 5% defense. You don't want to miss out on 10% of stats by owning the building. There's the capture in the south. Sneaky grab by 62 DJ. Saladin switches over. Good captain in there. Jan Ziska saying, hold up. Wait a minute. You got to work for this garrison, baby. And all of a sudden, the situation flips against WIB in a way that I did not see coming. They've got their two garrison captains, full health, Hero YSS, ready to defend. But they didn't get in. 62 DJ got there first. Wow. Now, interestingly, a really good attack as well by WIB on the Sky Altar in the left-hand side of the map. I would show that to you, but we are tunnel visioned on this right here to see what's going to happen. Okay. Hey, reinforcing marches arriving here. Could make it in time, perhaps. They've got to get in the garrison. 62 DJ looking to get those first capture points. They're juicy, but it's going to take 2 minutes to get them. Okay, good reinforcements. And all of a sudden, it looks like 62 DJ might be able to hold this. And they take the Shrine of Life. Now, look, Shrine of Life was not a very popular building previously, but given that it's got 5% health and 5% march speed, that is actually, in my estimation, much better than the Shrine of War that we were talking about before, which is giving you the 5% attack and defense. Now, if we get a look at the map, we can see the Sky Altar is solidly in the hands of WIB. So even though WIB might lose out on their first capture points at this desert altar, they are going to get the first capture points at the Sky Altar. And hold up, wait a minute. Attack in by Wulin on the obelisk. Looks like they are perhaps resetting their marches to get the middle. And we've got an arc match on our hands, folks. Ethelfled Garrison, hey-yo. Don't see that every day. Ethel Garrison, probably Trajan's secondary. You know, look, Ethel Trajan is a very popular march in Ark of Osiris. Ethel is extremely accessible in the game, free to play, and legendary. And her area of effect damage does not reduce by virtue of hitting multiple targets, whereas other commanders has their damage reduce when you hit multiple targets. So very interesting to see this unfold. Shrine of War under pressure here. And what I would say of this is that given that the arc is going to spawn in 4 minutes and 30 seconds, these guys are a little bit late in 62 DJ. And, you know, you really have to think 3 to 4 steps ahead of what you're doing. In this case, why am I saying they're going to be late to mid? Well, they're still here, which means first they have to sad face their marches, which they're trying to do. Then they have to get home. Then they have to walk to the middle. And by the time all of that has happened, the mid-fight will be well underway, and it's time that we go look at the mid-fight, although, ooh, juicy. Hold up. Hey, hold up. Rally. Moradin swinging in with a Henry. Yeah, WIB is like, hold on. I was going to middle, but that's a full rally. We're turning around. Bullbot bringing all 5 marches into Swarm. I think that is a very smart choice. And look at this hold from 62. They are putting in some good work here. Look, people were super in favor of WIB. And when the audience favor is so heavily on one side, you think the matchup might be one-sided, although that is not what we're seeing. It is a nice matchup that we're watching here, a good contention by both teams. Here is Justinian, by the way, the new Cav rally, smashing you with his book knowledge, and I've got to say, there are animations I like, and there are animations I love in Rise of Kingdoms, and man, I love the new Justinian animation. It is cool. It is so cool. Okay, and we were joking around last night when we were doing testing with Justinian, and we had viewers state lines that they think he might be saying as he opens up the book and does that big damage. There are some funny things that you can envision him saying, but look at this. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Either WIB has already cleaned up the middle, or the more likely thing, I think, is that 62DJ is giving the arc, and they own all 4 altars. Wow. Okay. There's another Justinian rally. Look at that. Very exciting gameplay here. I love that 62 is mixing it up. Remember when I said not minutes ago that the way 62 has to win is by doing something unexpected? This is unexpected. You don't usually see such a strong building game. You usually see some amount of contention for the arc, and here they are simply foregoing it. I actually really like this. Very cool gameplay here. Altar flips over, however, for WIB, and the thing about going for buildings is that if you can't hold all 4 altars for a very long time, then this game plan is backfiring, and I think that's probably what is about to happen here. Again, I love the play, but I just don't know that it is going to work. Okay. Okay. Fighting happening at the altar. All of these marches from the middle that were completely healthy get to swing in big here. And that's why I was a little worried for this desert altar. So we're going to see how this goes. WIB benefiting from a total of 10% attack and defense. They own both the Shrines of War. Rally in Nevsky. Love to see it. Who's the secondary? Justinian. Okay. You know, we don't know yet whether the Justinian primary or going with the Nevsky primary is the rally, but I do think that Nevsky and Justinian together is the way to go. Now, chat, what do you think, okay, is the better way to run the rally? Is it Nevsky Justinian or Justinian Nevsky? Let's run a poll and let's get your thoughts. What's the better combo? Okay, we'll go Justinian primary, Nevsky, or Nevsky primary with Justinian. What do you think? Meanwhile, Desert Altar has flipped over for WIB. And we look around the map. 2 altars still in the hands of 62DJ. You know, they did get a point lead, but it's only 1,000 points. And they might be able to extend that lead a little bit more. But pretty soon, given that there's an equal number of altars in the hands of WIB and 62, I do think that once WIB scores the arc, they are going to have a healthy lead. Okay. Looking around the map. Arc is moving. Vision is here, by the way. Sentry is down. So they see the arc is moving. Okay? They know where it is. And by the way, one cool thing you may not realize is that outposts have been updated in this newest version of Arc. They give visual range, which is super cool, and they grant vision of the Arc. I really like the changes that have been made to Arc of Osiris League. I actually think they take the game mode and make it so much more dynamic. Now, on the topic of dynamic, hold up, wait a minute. This is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. WIB is taking this thing to the outpost. Now, why is that dangerous? Well, we have vision to the fact that there are no blue marches nearby, but this building only has 500,000 capacity, and you can swarm an outpost with the same number of marches that you can swarm any other structure with. So if there were 12 healthy marches from blue down here, this would be a hard building to hold, and blue could take out this march and score the arc over here, but there's no blue nearby, and they do use teardown on the desert altar. The building strategy over here is super real. They are moving in to take down that desert altar right now. Here we go. Woo! Very exciting to see the poll, by the way. The audience is pretty much split between, well, I think Justinian's a better primary, and, well, I think Nevsky's the better primary for this rally. Action is still in. We'll zoom in a little bit here. I try to keep it, zoomed out, everybody, so that we can, really see the sort of flow of the battle, where people are going. But it is, I think, maybe a little more fun to watch zoomed in. So I'll do a mix here of keeping it zoomed in more and also being able to show you who's arriving to the fight. Shadowstorm rally, Tariq ibn Ziyad with Pakal, crawling its way in. I say crawling because, look, it's, hey, Tariq ibn Ziyad's a little bit slow, okay, in terms of his march speed. The infantry rally is a little slow, okay, but it's on its way. And it's going to hit this sky altar with support. Shadowstorm, 1, 2, 3 marches supporting his own rally. Archa 9, bringing in 4 marches to support the rally. Another, remember how I said infantry are slow? There's Sargon. This is why, by the way, the Shrine of Life is really good. And on the topic of the Shrine of Life, WIB holds 2 Shrines of Life. Hello, baby. That's 10% march speed. You'd better believe that 10% march speed matters, especially when you walk downfield. Big damage, big swarm hitting that sky altar. Wow. Wow. Hera, YSS secondary. Boats not going to be enough to hold this garrison, but perhaps these reinforcements will be enough. Wulin arriving. Jedi arriving. Khaled arriving. Good reinforcements from WIB might keep this thing alive. Shiro arriving. This is what it takes to hold a garrison. This is some great gameplay we've got today. This matchup is very fun to spectate. All right, I'm going to close down the poll. We end up with a 56-44 split. The majority of people thinking Justinian primary is the way to go. Very cool. Okay. Damage. In on the sky altar. Not going to be enough. Time to look around the map and appreciate the fact that WIB has taken another sky altar. Both Shrines of War. Team 62 looking to get control of the Shrine of War, and they've definitely got the numbers. The book knowledge from Justinian, actually absent here. That was a Joan rally. It's a Nevsky Joan, everybody. Hey, look, not everybody's maxed their Justinian yet for rallying. Not everybody even has a Justinian. I don't have Justinian, okay? I don't have him. If you don't have him, what rallies do you use? Nevsky Minamoto is, in my opinion, with the double relic, the stronger choice than the Nevsky Joan. I have to say, personally, love the fact that Minamoto still got some really cool viability and niche roles. I love personally when a commander has a niche role that makes them relevant even beyond when they normally might have faded from the meta. So for those that don't know, Minamoto's 4th skill has a 10% chance to inflict a 30% damage taken debuff onto the target, which has amazing utility, not only if you just rally, but also if you swarm it. So, Minamoto, with good single target damage, still holding a role, baby, in 2023. You love to see it. You really love to see that. Hidden Sentry dropping down for 62. Getting a little bit of vision here where they're going to attack. So they now have vision to these marches that are coming their way through the middle of the field here, but the rally will carry on. I suppose they could cancel it if they wanted, but I don't think they do. Let's get a look here. Chat says, oh, 862 did the same with 846's obelisk on the bottom and I didn't see it? Wow, I was so tunnel visioned, I didn't even see it. The fact that that happened in one place, I wouldn't have expected to see it happen in two places. That's crazy. That is so crazy. This is a very fun match, chat. I am enjoying the back and forth action of this matchup. Very cool. So what happens now, chat? Well, we got 3 minutes here till the arc fight. And 62 didn't go for the arc last time. But that's not something they can afford to do this time. But I don't think they're going to the middle. I mean, if we get a look at the visual range of just the team in blue, you can see, like, they are not going to the middle. They're just going to play the building game, which I think is fun, but they've got to flip the script a little bit if they're going to get the W. Okay, rally coming in. Justinian. When he opens that book. Oh, gosh, double C primary. Uh-oh. Here comes the book. Should have stayed in school. Boom, 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 boom. The big damage. Oh, man. What's your favorite pretend Justinian line? Drop it in the chat. Good action at this Shrine of War. The brand new Justinian rally doing its thing. You love to see it. But there's a sufficient defense to hold this thing. I think? Oh no. There it is. Woo! Look, when a building gets low, you have to take your low health march out and put in a full health march. That's what you got to do. And even if it's the wrong troop type in Ark of Osiris, doesn't matter. Get your troops in the dang garrison, and that is exactly what they did to hold that garrison at the last second. WIB here in the middle, realizing, hold up, wait a minute. Hey, they didn't come in the middle. So they're figuring out where they're going to go next. So there will be an attack on structures somewhere soon. And on the topic of attacks on structures, big damage in on the Shrine of War. Looking to get a capture here. But WIB, with good reinforcements, holding onto the Shrine of War. Scoreboard right now, 8,000 to 12,000. Exciting score here. Exciting matchup. Okay. I don't think that 62 DJ can get this building now. Although they have some healthy marches, I just don't think it's quite going to be enough. Good defense on the Shrine of Life, holding back a rally. And, ooh, Dido Garrison. You know, she is very powerful. The queen throws down. But Justinian's book knowledge. Should have stayed in school. It's just funny to think about what he might be saying as the book opens up and the pages do their blasting. Definitely, I don't know about you, chat, but does this not go in the top 5 animations? Because I really think it does. I really think it does. There's a sort of line of, you know, absurd and awesome, and you kind of want to skirt that line right in the middle, making the animation as absurd as possible and as awesome as possible. And I feel like that's what they've done here. It's pretty cool. Just like YSS, if you use him in the field, he throws down an anchor from the middle of the sky. Like, it's the perfect balance of what an animation ought to be. Love that animation. And it's really easy to see it, which I also like. Big Swarm Man on the Sky Altar, by the way. Let's go. Boom. Okay. Dido. Good anti-swarm, but not enough support to sustain against the continued assault from WIB. Building falls. Looking around the map. Chat, I get such tunnel vision on what's going on. It's so fun to stay locked in on some of these fights. Zhuge Liang captain for WIB. Sometimes you just got to use what you got, okay, chat? It's not a garrison captain, but it turns out that area of effect damage is pretty good. Okay. Big action over here. Desert Altar looking pretty secure. And, you know, look, if you're WIB at this point, you're feeling pretty good about how this match is going. The arcs are all completely uncontested, and now that WIB knows that building plan is what 62 is doing, they're countering it pretty good. And they're using their superior strength to muscle their way through a big W. And that's what they should be doing. So I liked when 62 went for the building strategy the first arc, but I think the second arc, they needed to do something different, because as soon as what they were doing became predictable, WIB can just throw down a superior force in each of these locations to take the win, and that's really what they're doing here. Now, there's still, of course, 30 minutes left in the matchup, so we'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next. But I think that WIB is in a very strong position. So, you know, one of the questions you'll hear me ask pretty much once every arc match is, what does this team need to do to win from this position, right? What does 62 DJ need to do to win? Well, from this position, they kind of need 2 arcs, don't they, chat? They kind of need to go even on buildings, maybe even be a little advantaged and get 2 arcs. And we know that's not going to be easy to do. Big brawl going on over here. Action in on the Sky Altar. Looks like they've got a peel off from swarming the building and are just cleaning up the field. Which makes sense, right? If WIB can get control of the field here, then they can swing back in with fresh marches and take down the altar. But the combination of the 62 DJ field and garrison is actually going really well. I mean, you've got to hand it to 62 DJ. They have done a very good job of, you know, holding the buildings they can get their hands on. But I think that they're just a bit outmatched in terms of punching power, which is to be expected as we're still in the group stage of the playoffs, right? We've still got the group stage, all right? And after the group stage, I think we can start to expect the punching power across all these different alliances to be a little bit more even in terms of their ability to throw down in a mid-fight. But even then, skill with the combination of roster depth is what makes for the winning combo and the winning team. So here we are, Henry primary, holding down a structure. Like I said earlier, sometimes you take a building and you kind of weren't expecting you would take a building. And that's when you have to reach for a garrison captain that is a little bit unlikely. And Henry was that unlikely captain. Shrine of War, now in the hands of 62. And it looks like 62 is kind of looking to even up the map again before going on some offensive plays. Although, okay, as I say that, there is technically a rally going to the Shrine of War, but without support, I find it unlikely that Henry rally will get that job done. Henry, by the way, is a commander that I didn't max, and I kind of wish that I had, because I would have enjoyed him for a long time, I think. But, you know, if you don't have Henry, You got options, right? Nebu does good area of effect damage. He's got march speed. You love to see it. Here he comes, Henry, in on the Shrine of War. This is probably the next battlefront we've got here, because this Tariq ibn Ziyad with Pakal got here a little bit ahead of all the marches. You know what's really funny? I just finished saying 10 minutes ago, haha, isn't it funny how slow infantry are? And then here we are with the infantry arriving before the rest of the group. Whoopsies. Well, you know, sometimes that's what happens. And in this case, the Tariq ibn Ziyad rally does get some incremental value with, like, you know, Pakal anti-swarm. Does some good counterattack damage. Okay, by the way, how does that work? The more marches that are hitting Pakal, the less damage that it takes. It's kind of crazy. I think what is it, like a 30% damage mitigation? 30%. Maybe it's 25%. I'm not remembering off the top of my head early in the morning, but I'll simply say it's a big number. And mitigating that much damage, an additional, I think, 5% for each march swarming you, it's a pretty big deal. So here, the Desert Altar will still be attacked. But is it going to be enough to just have these marches here? I feel like 62 DJ might be able to clear the field, but I'm not convinced they can take the field and the building. Hard push activated by 62 DJ. You know, that's a great ability to have on the bar if you're running a building strategy. But with 3 minutes till arc, right? Like I said it earlier, the one thing they have to do now is win arcs and buildings. Okay, that's the two things they have to do. The two things they have to do is win arcs and win buildings, and that's not what we're seeing, okay? They have a 9,000 point differential. So if they took this arc and one more, they actually win. But right now, with 740 points per minute going to WIB, that's a tough spot to be in. That's a tough spot to be in for sure. Okay, let's get a look around, because it looks like the temple area is calm. Desert Altar, dust is settling. On the far side of the map, here's the action. Sky Altar, big rally, big swarm. They're not in the middle, but they are going to take this Sky Altar. If they can pull it off, Wu Lin not going to make it there quite in time to reinforce, and even if they did, that is an oppressive force. And there goes the Tariq ibn Ziyad. Slow and steady. Looks like they're going to turn him around. Probably put him in the garrison here. Zeno captain was already in the rally. So, I mean, I'm assuming, right? So how do you rally and have a garrison captain ready? Well, what do? You rally it and you fill the rally with your garrison captain marches. And then when you take the building, you switch them in and make them captain. Easy peasy. That is a way to protect the captain from getting attacked on the field. We do see, ooh, hey, are we going middle, baby? We going middle? I don't think so. I don't think these marches are going middle, even though I would really like to see them go to the middle. Like, I'd like to see some sneaky surprise to grab the arc. I just don't know if they have it in their arsenal to actually do a really cool sneaky surprise to grab the arc. Desert Altar. Rally is in, but it's unsupported. It's the old school cool, baby. And here's the thing. Although Justinian is new, that does not mean that Justinian is necessarily better in all cases. The Tariq ibn Ziyad with Pakal is a great anti-swarm rally, which I think is a nice choice in that situation, because that rally is definitely getting swarmed. WIB has managed to take the Sky Altar here, and they've got reinforcements coming, and they've got a captain. Let's see how this unfolds. We're going to zoom it in so you can see a little bit more of the punch. Okay. Forces battling in. Hera, the captain, with the new leadership gear. Whew. You can do some serious work there. They take the building, but Tariq ibn Ziyad is not the captain we're looking for, and the building falls. Okay. Ethel, the captain. You know, the thing that's interesting about a building capture here is that if neither side has a captain and lots of marches are on the field, you tend to see this exact sequence unfold. One side takes it, everybody swarms it. The next side sees that, they swarm it, they take it. Then there's a sort of back and forth as teams struggle to get a captain that can actually sustain the building. Upper right portion of the map. Looks like blue is in a little bit of trouble. Desert Altar was just captured. And once again, no captain available. We've got an XY, not ideal to garrison that building. So blue being closer to this building, it's going to have a good opportunity to take this thing back, assuming they can get support from their cities. The Desert Altar holding quite strong in this situation. All 4 altars in the hands of WIB. You know, that's really the position you want to be in. 4 altars in an arc seems like a pretty good situation, don't you think? I do like that 62DJ is trying to attack the arc. Like what do they need realistically from this point to win? Well, they really kind of needed to steal this arc. That's what they have to do to get a win from this point. Heaven's Grace being activated by WIB. You know, that is such a cool ability. Look at the healing. Literally anywhere you are on the map, you start healing. It's so powerful. So powerful. Okay. March is moving to the left here. Arc is about to score. And boom. With those points locked in, I'm not sure there's a way to score enough points for 62. The problem is that you would need 2 arcs. Can you technically get 2 arcs? I don't think realistically you can. And I don't think technically there's enough time to get 2 more arcs either. Even if you scored it right away, I think it would be not possible. Technically, you might be able to do it, but I don't think there's enough point scoring opportunity left in the match for 62 to pull a win from this position. To win from this position now, 62 kind of just needs to own literally every structure and get the arc, which seems unlikely, right? Shrine of War. Under some pressure here. Shrine of War drops. WIB now the owner of 2 Shrines of War and 4 altars. Big plays. Damage in on the Desert Altar. Rally has fallen. Swarmers are here. This garrison is holding so well. You know, this is kind of the magic of the Hera YSS shielding combination. You've got the 4th skill of YSS, which really offers a lot of counterattack and shielding, especially when you're getting swarmed, paired with the Hera Mighty Shields. And this garrison is still holding on. Absolutely incredible. Weathering the storm. Hidden Sentry goes down. getting vision. And the building flips. It was a pretty good defense. But the building flips over. Now, I don't think there's enough marches here to take it back. Hold on. That XY is dropping really fast. I mean, I know it's not a great captain, but if that doesn't get reinforced, we're going to... Okay, there it is. That same back and forth we were describing earlier, right? Like, if you don't have a captain, it gets swarmed. And then the other side doesn't have a captain, and it gets swarmed. And the other side doesn't have a captain. And that goes on 2 or 3 times before finally there's a sort of stabilization that's achieved. And, you know, one side, presumably the side that's closer, which would be 62, would get a hold of it in that situation. Where's everybody going? I know I said they needed to get the arc, but, like, they should take this building back first. Looks like they got it. Okay. I mean, I don't think this is very secure. But, you know, hey, look, if you... Oh, gosh. The person who took it got out. Okay. Well, now they got to swarm it again. I told you that this could go back a bunch and forth a bunch of times, and that is what's happening. That is what's happening. Okay. Little unexpected. Desert Altar is going to hold for WIB here in a way that I didn't see coming. And you know, look, kind of doesn't matter at this point, right? When you think about it, I think that WIB is getting the win here. So at this point, what the team in blue does, 62 DJ, they can kind of have fun, go where they want to go. I think they're trying to make a mid statement here. They're trying to say, hey, you know what? We're going to take a dang arc because we can. And I get the sentiment, right? We know it's not what wins or loses the game for them, but it's where they want to go. And I respect it, right? They just want to get an arc. That's cool. Let's see if it happens. They're all going to the middle. And, you know, there is a world in which, in this group stage, if teams have the same number of wins and losses, that they look at the point differential for the matchup. So there is kind of a world in which it could matter how many points you win or lose by. I don't think that's what they are really playing for right now. I think the thing they're playing for here is to just have some fun and get an arc. I think that's the case. I suppose that in terms of the differential, they can kind of minimize the loss differential here by scoring this arc, if they can. And, you know, the thing that's interesting about the temple is that it does give a little bit of vision. Many people don't realize this. So the team in blue can see all of this, in part because they have the sentry down. But the team in red can actually see the temple. See? They can actually see what's here. Because the temple of Osiris itself is giving a little bit of vision. So that's very interesting to observe, right? Like, red knows that blue is there. They know. One minute, 50 seconds till the arc spawns in. We should have a nice mid-brawl on our hands here. A little bit of action on the way into the center. Looking for more people in blue to arrive. I feel like blue, 62 DJ, had a great initial push to the middle, but WIB has managed to just accumulate, I think, more numbers at this point. So there's Dust Up. We need an AoE, and they charge in. Time for the AoE. WIB, Mystical Formation, active. And there it is. Dust Up. WIB, active. Total Vision, 62 DJ, active. Now the arc brawl we've all been waiting for. The thing we wanted to see. A nice arc brawl. The last arc brawl, probably, of the matchup. I mean, it's like I said earlier, technically they could get close to another arc. So 20 seconds go by, then it's 2 minutes to march the arc with a perfect carry. So there could be like 10.5 minutes left, which leaves 8.5 minutes for an arc to spawn. I mean, technically you could have an opportunity for another perfect run on an arc, depending on how this goes, right? We do see the big healing over here from the ability I had described earlier. God, I love that thing, man. It's so much healing. Wherever you are, you're taking some nice heals. But it looks like WIB is going to be getting control of the arc. There it is. The superior mid presence is translating into an arc carry. And there it goes. Arc is moving down. Swarm is in on the desert altar. Building flips. I do think DJ has done a great job attacking the buildings, and their building game was good to certainly watch and execute. But, you know, if you lose all the arcs at the end of the day, you've got to have a really insane building game to offset that. So, good gameplay, I think, by both teams. I feel like the, 3 to 96% sort of distribution of player favor is not representative of how well I think 62 DJ did play this matchup. Although the margin of victory here, sort of 2-1 for points, is, I think, pretty commanding for WIB. Here comes some marches. Will anyone notice? Are these guys just going to walk? Dude, they got stealth. They have a cloak of invisibility. How did that happen? They were invisible. Okay, joking aside, they did see they're there. You know, the thing is that sometimes you send your march somewhere and you're like looking over at the place you're going to, and then your marches are actually walking by someone and you don't see they're there. This play could be cool, but I don't think they have enough people here to pull this off. But this is kind of the play I was describing earlier. The marches in blue take down the carrier, and then they take the building, and then they score. And I think it's really good that Luca stopped going to the building. A noob mistake that a carrier will often make in this situation is to run the arc toward the building. And that's actually a favor for the team in blue. The team in red at this stage wants the arc to be far away from the outpost so that they can use their superior distance, okay, their shortened distance to get here, to get control of the situation. But they don't really have control yet, not complete control. And if these marches actually turn to the right, I think they can make another push on this carrier. Yep, they took the outpost. This is the sequence of things you need to do to steal an arc. This is it. They just need more bodies here, and blue could actually take this arc right now. It's actually pretty fun to watch. Blue going for the arc. March is getting chewed up in the field, though. Holy moly. JJ. 0. JJ. Just taking that thing down. Crazy. I tried to figure out how to pronounce that name. We'll just go with JJ. Oh, man. More swarmers in on the arc. And arc is moving still. But I think that arc's pretty safe. At this point, I don't think there's enough players nearby to contest it. So WIB will get, I think, another arc on the board. Shrine of Life under pressure. Sargon's the captain. Boats coming down from the sky. One of the top animations in the game for sure. Hera YSS swarming. Now, I said in a perfect world that you rally and then put the garrison captain in the rally. In a non-perfect world, you swarm with your garrison captain. That's what they did. And, in this case, they got sad-faced, and it is what it is. I think it's better to have the option of a garrison captain and have it be a little bit weaker than to not have an option at all. Action in at the Sky Altar. Dido Garrison. Another opportunity for her to show off her worth. Here we go. Swarm is in. Garrison is getting reinforcements. Dido Hera in a tough spot here. And the garrison is still alive, but not for long unless some other reinforcement goes in. And there are marches standing here, but it might be the captain's marches. Okay, there it is. Yeah, the only person who can't switch in their marches is the captain. So that was Rubido. But even if there is someone else to switch out marches, if you're the only person there to switch out marches, it's a tough situation because at some point, your march is the majority of the health of the garrison, and when you leave to swap back out, the garrison pops, which is probably what happened there. Desert Altar, under some pressure, but generally, WIB is in a commanding position. All 4 altars in their hands. It's a tough spot to be in. Shrine of Life. Flavius, captain. 6 minutes left in the match. 7 minutes remaining till the arc spawns in. Like I said, it needed to be a perfect carry to avail another opportunity to capture an arc, but that's not going to happen. Because of the delay that 62 was able to pull off, there won't be another opportunity for an arc. Not in today's matchup. But in next week's matchup, there's going to be more Ark of Osiris League gameplay. In fact, at 15 UTC, there's going to be more Ark of Osiris League gameplay, and I'll be back casting. Also, there'll be Dragothian casting a matchup. Also, there's going to be Plato Gaming casting a matchup. So over the course of the next couple hours, you'll have more Ark of Osiris League. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so for Rise of Kingdoms Ark of Osiris League gameplay. We are in Osiris League Season 7. Can you believe it? That's actually pretty wild to say out loud. Season 7. Man, we've been playing Ark of Osiris League for quite a while, but like I said, this season, more than any other, is, I think, super dynamic due to the vision and the constraints of not having total and perfect information about where your enemy is and what they're up to. Very cool. Desert Altar falls. WIB is still holding it. The attackers have dropped. Wow. Shrine of War. Ooh, a little bit of Swarm could work. Shrine of War, very likely to hold in this situation, but every now and then, you know, there's like only 1 or 2 marches in there, and this low health Nevsky could actually get the job done. Here comes reinforcements, though, so that thing is probably fine. Let's look around the map. Desert Altar. Boom. Garrison in. Chat, what do you all think is the best garrison for defending an Ark of Osiris League? What's your favorite garrison that you've seen so far today? $18,000 to $42,000. This is a commanding lead for WIB. There's really nothing that can be done at this point for 62 to flip this around, but we can have some fun. Test out some garrisons. Speaking of which, here comes Makote with the very iconic looking Hera with YSS. The YSS does blend in a little bit there. But the Hera's got that green top to his cap that you can't miss. Here comes the rally. This is the situation where a good anti-swarm with Tariq ibn Ziyad and Pakal can actually do some serious work. Because, look, if you look at this field presence, there are a lot of marches, but they're pretty low. So let's see how that goes. They swarm the rally. And the swarmers, I mean, here's the thing, though. You kind of want your low-health marches to get sad-faced anyways, so you can bring a fresh march out. So it kind of helps the team in red here to have something to swarm to get their marches reset. We zoom out a little bit here. Looks like some Vikings are on their way in. The Viking civilization unit is very iconic. Honestly, so is the Greece infantry unit. I can't wait to start using that in the KVK that I'm in. It's very cool looking. More folks arriving at the Desert Altar. WIB looking to get a nice hold here. By the way, while I've been tunnel visioned on this altar, 62 took 2 other altars. Oh, okay, one flip back. Hey, yo, check this out. We took an obelisk. Okay. 62 DJ took an obelisk. I mean, this I want to see. 25 seconds and they can port in. This is the entertainment I'm looking for at the end of an Ark of Osiris League matchup. 18 seconds and they port in. Come on. Let's see a teleport and some city swarms. Seconds away. And they teleport. They're holding this. That's going to work. Henry with, I think, Zhuge Liang. Okay, here we go. Ha ha ha! Yes! Boom! Boom! I feel like 79 million power and 82 million power is probably not the giant titans that you really kind of want to port in this situation, but all right. They're here. And all their marches are somewhere else on the map, so they can't actually swarm anything. Well, it was a nice thought anyways. Yeah, see, some of those marches are coming home. Con primary, yo. Okay, don't see that every day. They could potentially have reinforced a rally in that situation, right? And this building, I feel like 5 minutes ago we were watching it get swarmed by 2 marches, and here we are still watching it get swarmed by 2 different marches. Okay. Downfield, Desert Altar, looking really strong for WIB. And Sky Altar, just an oppressive force for WIB. I mean, I think at this point, we salute 62 DJ for a match well fought and congratulate WIB on their victory. A solid 19,000 to about 45,000 points in today's Ark of Osiris League matchup. We'll have the final score in just a second, and we'll get a look at the statistics. GG and well played by both sides. The final score, 256,000 points for the MVP from 62 DJ, and 19,134 to 45,017. Great game and well played by both teams. WIB had a commanding 15,000 point gain in the Osiris score, as well as the league on occupation at 28,500, as well as the lead on provisions. We'll be back at 15 UTC for another Ark of Osiris League matchup, so consider subscribing if you haven't already, and throw a like on the stream. My channel is also linked in the description of this stream, so if you're looking for videos designed to help teach you the basics of Rise of Kingdoms, consider checking those out, or the many other videos that are on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel, which you're on right now. Until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom, and I'll see you at 15 UTC for the next matchup.